If Asus's ROG Zephyrus, Gigabyte's Aero and Razer's Blade Pro were our top picks lately, 10 Best Ones has decided that the list couldn't be fully worthy if we didn't mention the MSI GS65 Stealth, due to the fact that the MSI has proven that it is quality enough to compete with the toughest manufacturers in the gaming market. Today, I'm glad that I will have the opportunity to make a detailed overview of one of the slimmest gaming laptops that is armed with VR capabilities, an RGB keyboard, powerful screen and everything that a typical gamer could want. From a design perspective, the MSI GS65 Stealth measures around 14.1 inches in width, 9.75 inches in depth, 0.7 inches in height and weighs around 4.14 pounds, which makes it lightweight and very thin at the same time. The laptop's construction is made of a matte black aluminum alloy that is accompanied by golden accents that are present on its lid, within the dual hinges around the touchpad and at the vents. So, when you view this laptop as a whole, I doubt that you've seen something as sleek as this beauty. At the back, instead of the usual backlit red and white dragon logo, the MSI has embedded a black and gold emblem, while on the top of the lid, there are golden strips that add a great sense of aesthetics. As we are moving down, you can instantly recognize the hinges, which are not ordinary, if you are asking me, since they are exceptionally flexible and will allow you to adjust the display to up to 180 degrees. The connectivities are positioned along the sides of the laptop. On the left, there are two USB 3.0 ports, and an Ethernet jack, while on the right, there is an HDMI port, a mini DisplayPort, yet another USB 3.0 port and a USB-C port with Thunderbolt 3 support, which will virtually equip you with limitless connectivity options. When you open the lid, you can see that the interior is mostly covered with a black aluminum and the only exclusion is the touchpad, the keyboard, and the power button, which are all lined with golden accents. The touchpad is positioned slightly below the keyboard and has a really smooth surface that will register all of your swipes, instantly, without any problems for productivity-oriented purposes. However, for gaming, you already know that the touchpads are not that adequate, so I'd suggest you use your external mice, which are at the same time, a better options for gaming. Moving on, the keyboard was made by SteelSeries, so you already know what can you expect in terms of quality. But either way, I would like to inform you that the keyboard's key travel is good, so you can type accurate and fast without missing any key, which I find it very useful, especially for gaming. In addition, it also has a per-key RGB backlighting, so, you can customize the backlight and choose from the 16.7 million available colors by taking an advantage of the SteelSeries Engine 3 software. Once you're done with your customization, your night gaming sessions can begin, and I'm sure that your gameplay will have a whole new dimension. But now, let's move to the next section, in which I will talk about the laptop's performance and the features. The MSI GS65 Stealth is powered by a 6-core Intel i7-8750H processor that is followed by 16 GB of RAM, an SSD of 256 GB and the NVIDIA's graphics GTX 1060 with 6 GB, which will let you have a smooth mid-range gaming. I would also like to inform you that these specs are only for this particular model, so if you seek for higher specs, this laptop comes also with a GTX 1070. Moreover, the 15.6-inch IPS-level screen is one of the best, if not the best components of the MSI GS65 Stealth, due to the fact that it has a response time of 7 milliseconds, a spectacular refresh rate of 144 Hz and a full HD resolution, which translates to 1920 by 1080 in terms of pixels. But that's not all. The screen can deliver up to 72% of the NTSC color gamut, which is really cool in my opinion, because the colors will be vibrant and accurate, and your gameplay will be as realistic as possible. Another great thing about the screen is that it has an ultra-thin 4.9mm bezels, so I have to admit that the MSI did an amazing work regarding the screen. When we put the refresh rate and the response rate into practice, those who've had previously purchased this model claim that they could capture every intense moment and detail equally good for both fast-paced games and movies, so I think that you will love spending your time with this laptop. I would also like to mention that this model's cooling performance is really good due to the MSI's so-called Cooler Boost Trinity technology, which is consisted of 4 heat pipes and 3 fans that will effectively cool the laptop and ensure an optimal heat even if the unit is set under extreme gaming conditions. I'd suggest you take an advantage of the Dragon Center that will let you view the GPU, memory, CPU and the disk usage on one side, while on the other, it will allow you to alter the fan speed, prioritize the game applications and more. Before we start talking about the battery, there are two things that I have to mention. The first is the audio, while the second is the camera. The audio system is delivered by Dynaudio speakers that provide a decent bass, quality mids and highs, which will only be good for movies in my opinion, since gaming requires a way better audio quality. This isn't anything to be surprised about because laptops, regardless if they are gaming or not, can't produce a sound that would highly affect your gameplay, so I will leave up to you to decide whether we can consider it as a remark or not. Either way, you can always plug your external speakers or headphones and your gaming journey can begin right away. The webcam, as I've stated at the beginning, is HD or 720 in terms of pixels, which is still good for video conversations in which you can be seen accurately and heard properly, but I expected a bit more. To conclude, I would recommend you to consider this laptop seriously and place it to your must-have list because it looks exceptionally good. It is armed with powerful hardware and an impressive 144Hz screen that will elevate your gameplay on a whole new level. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to this laptop, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.